playthrough series. We're playing OCS Burma. The scenario is black cats versus white tigers. This is the fourth turn. It's March 26th, 1944. Gonna go ahead and roll for weather. Roll a 24. 24 is clear. Yay. Marking that on the weather chart. Clear weather when the ground state is mud converts it to normal. So the ground is dried up. And then air operations, when it's clear, totally unrestricted. So allies will like that. Japanese will not. Okay, then we're going to roll to see who goes first. Allies first. 11. Japanese. 8. Allies are first. And I think they're going to choose to go first because they need to get this guy out of supply, or back into supply. I'm assuming you can move when you're out of supply, but I should probably check. Before I do that though, let's go ahead and follow the sequence of play. Aircraft refit phase, aircraft are all fitted. Reinforcement phase, there's 2 more supply points coming on to adjacent to Hang Tom. Okay, mode determination and movement phase. I will find out what out of supply effects are. Okay, out of supply units move normally. They have no zone of control. If there's combat supply available during battle, they can attack at half strength. Let's see. It says without combat supply, yeah, out of supply units cannot attack, but they can defend at quarter strength. So it's bad. It's interesting though that they have full movement capabilities. I guess leg movement would anyway, but it doesn't make any mention of motorized. Okay, so mode, determination, and movement. I think all these guys are in combat mode. I think, well, this guy's not. Flip him to combat. I think the trick now is just to avoid getting cut off by the Japanese. So I think, what do we have here for our reserve? I think this guy is going to move down here. He'll go on top. So I'm going to put him on top with his out of supply marker, but remember that a supply marker doesn't apply to the lower stack. And then these guys, the Japanese aren't going to be able to move very fast through here. So these guys can withstand at least, or withstand one more turn without risking being cut off, I believe. So they'll just stay there. Over on this side of the world, I think that 6-3 is just going to stay there. The 1-4, what's it going to be? It's just a little weak guy. I guess he'll stay in movement mode. 1. Actually, tracks are now cost 1, so 2, 3. I guess I'll stack with that guy. Okay, that's the allied movement mode. I should say mode determination and movement. So then supply phase. This guy's back in supply. That's good. Everyone else can draw a trace, including this guy, adjacent. So then the Japanese reaction. There is none. Then the combat phase for the allies. The Japanese are not in range, or they're in range of artillery but not spotted, so they'll skip that. Exploitation, they choose not to unleash their reserves. Cleanup, nothing to clean up. Well, that was a quick allied turn. Japanese turn. Aircraft refit phase, none. Reinforcement phase, putting 2T into Kalewa. Mode determination and movement. Not looking good here. Okay, I think these guys are gonna move up here. I almost want to concede, but we'll play it out a little more. This guy's gonna scoot up here. These guys, this artillery's just done. There's not enough supply to do much. Here, let's get these mule teams moving. 1, 2, 3, 3.5. Okay, well, we have 2T here. This mule doesn't have a whole lot to do. I want to make sure that I can get these guys back in supply. Actually, I guess this guy's going to be out of supply for a bit. Yeah, I see no way to win this. Okay, but let's see. So headquarters can trace back 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So it could move up 1, or I could flip it to its non-movement side and see if I can throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, 5. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I can supply some of these guys. Okay, do that. Now I get this guy over here, flipping over to combat mode. I was hoping he would be able to do something sneaky like to cut people off, but it's just not going to happen. I think he's going to go 1. Let's see, I was thinking, he could like try to cut across here, get back here. But moving into mountains, infantry requires all your movement. So I guess he'll just sit there and make a suicide attack, who knows. Okay, any other movement? Yeah, let's do these trucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Drop off for 12. That is 1T. $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20, $25, $26, $27, $28, $29, $30, $31, $32, $33, $38, $39, $40, $41, $42, $43, $44, $45. Okay, big difference when there's no mud. Okay. Well, maybe this mule could be useful. I don't know. Maybe if he comes back here, he can back here. Maybe the trucks can drop some supplies off there, and then the mule will take it the next, further next turn. But okay, so I'm gonna call that the movement phase for the Japanese is done. Now their supply phase. So these guys can draw right back up to full supply. These guys cannot, though. Everyone else, I've already established, can receive supply thrown by the headquarters. Oh, except for this guy way over here. He needs to try to forge. Let me roll on the attrition table. His action rating's 5. That means I need a 8 or less. Got a 4, so he forged again. Okay. That moves into the allied reaction phase. Finally, someone wants to actually react. The allies are pissed. So, because they're going to get a draw. So, the reaction is going to include 3 things. First thing, we're going to release this guy from reserve. And he is going to bombard this guy. It's an 18 strength bombardment. That's going to cost 3T. We've got no problem with that. We'll chuck this one. Oop, that was on a mule. Is there something better? I'll keep it on the mule. So this is going to convert to 1 and 1T. There's the 1. Here's the T. Okay, so bombardment, 18 strength. It's into extremely close terrain. I roll a 4. Nope. And artillery is just not doing the trick. Okay, next attack. The large force of aircraft flying in. Hurricane, Beaufighter, Vengeance, Hurricane. And that is 15, 18, 26. Going for these guys. Let's roll for flak. 8 plus 1 for having more than 3 aircraft. That is not a hit. So now we do a barrage. That's an 8. There it came in with a, what did I say, 26? And then the density of the enemy units, I shift left 1 because it's 1 regimental equivalent or less. It is in very close terrain. Another shift less left. That's DG. These guys fly back. And the next attack. This guy out here. So the allies are fighting for the draw now, so they do not want to lose another unit. If they lose another unit, they will concede, because that would be 4 units, giving the Japanese a victory. Rolling for flak. Roll a 2, nope. These guys are also 26 points. Let's see, 26, yeah. Rolled a 9. 9 with 2 shifts to the left. It's a 1/2 in brackets. So I'm going to roll a die. On a 4 to 6, there would be a loss, I believe. Let me see here. Yeah. But I rolled a 3. So that's disorganized. And disorganized might not sound bad, but it just makes the enemy weaker and makes them less likely to attack. Okay, I would be tempted to release the tank and have it go attack this, but I'd rather just play it safe. So that was the Allied reaction. Japanese combat. Yeah, not gonna do it. Exploitation, none. cleanup. Interesting. So these DGs come off because it was during the Allied reaction phase. Go ahead and pull both off. Okay, that was the turn. And I think this scenario has gotten to the point where it's a foregone conclusion. I mean, I suppose the Japanese could get a roll of 12 and take out one Allied unit, but that's uninteresting to me. I mean, I'm just going to be playing for a super high or low probability roll. So I'm just going to call this at the end of turn 3 instead of the end of turn, I guess it's end of turn 4 instead of end of turn 5, in the Allies' favor. And I think I'll get more fun out of this with a more substantial scenario. This is a good learning one though. Terrain's really tight. Barrages, you really want a lot of strength in them, seems like, at least in this terrain. Maybe when you're out in the open it's different. I do like the supply rules. Not too sure how to use the Japanese though. They seem to be so weak. I guess they're just supposed to try to sneak through and cut units off. Oh well, I'll probably try another scenario, but that is the end of Black Cats versus White Tigers.